Hey, welcome everyone to an edition of the Monday Market Coin Report for the week ending January 26th, 2020. If this is your first time here, I want to thank you guys for joining in for a great host of coins, a lot of moderns, probably more modern than what I'm used to, producing. Again, since the beginning of the year, you've seen me throw in some of the earlier 20th century classics, some of the obsolete coinage, like the Buffalo nickels, Mercury dimes. I could honestly say, looking up and down this list, I have nothing of that sort, but I have a lot of the really cool favorites that you guys have seen probably in some point in the past. And it's official. We've reached number one. Some pretty insane milestones on a few coins. One in which is a very popular and well-collected favorite. You're not going to want to miss this one. In addition, there has been a quite a large emphasis on modern proof and mint-set coinage and what you can find in these. What it really boils down to, and I'll probably go into more depth in a video, a completely different video later in the week, is the just the absence, kind of the disappearing of some of these mint and proof sets for a number of reasons. Okay, in addition, if there are some in the secondary market, we're seeing some incredible price spikes on these proof and mint sets, and it might even affect you guys. So we're going to talk about that here also with a few favorite modern proof coins that maybe you ought to pay attention to, because we have a lot of money wrapped up in this Monday market report. Again, your first time here, thank you for coming. Like, share, and subscribe. Hit the bell for instant notification. And what do you say? Let's go ahead and jump right into it with the first coin of the evening or morning, whenever you watch this video. Again, we talk about at least one significant eBay listing. Okay, so we have eBay coin that I'm going to highlight here that you see on screen, in addition to all of the great collection coins from their website. They do this weekly auction, so we're going to talk about all of the significant pieces to sell from those folks, in addition to any other big auctions from some of the other online auction companies. So what we have here is a 1974 Eisenhower Dollar. All right, to a lot of people, these are pretty cool. To a lot of other people, they're like, it's a little bit too plain. There's not a lot of favoritism within the coin community about the design of this coin. What I like most about it, it's large and hefty in size, much like the Morgan and Peace dollars that preceded it. But this one right here is pretty significant. It is effectively one of the most valuable proof Ike dollars on the secondary market for the state and for this grade. So it's a Pcgs Proof 70 Deep Cameo. This particular coin was sold by Monster Coin Mart on eBay. This one is also autographed by David Hall, who is a PCGS kind of staple. He is one of the main graders. Okay, he is a prominent figure in the coin community. He actually verified this particular coin for the numerical grade. Now, this has a population of only 23 pieces. Okay, we're talking about a little bit of Michael Jordan action with the amount of pieces that were graded in a 70 grade. Okay, and this one sold for a best offer somewhere south of $9,495 on January 10th. This is a huge piece for any Eisenhower collection. All right, and it is, I would consider it to be a stopper for the collection because of the amount of money involved for this piece. All right, so we have the Ike dollar right there. Let's go ahead and jump into some of these great collection pieces featuring the 1990 No S Proof Lincoln Cent. All right, so this is going to be kind of a theme, a rolling theme throughout the list. As a matter of fact, it's crazy. We're only highlighting coins from 3 denominations. Okay, there's a couple other denominations that aren't getting any love this week because there's a lot to talk about within the Lincoln cents. Jefferson Nickels, and Roosevelt dimes. I cannot believe I'm adding Roosevelt dimes on the list. But of course, it starts with this coin, a perennial favorite among cherry pickers, the 1990, oops, I forgot to put the S mint mark on the master die, Lincoln cent. That's exactly what this is. As you guys know, all proof coins, after a certain date, have an S mint mark for those proof issues. All right, this one is a PCGS Proof 69 Deep Cameo, so it's got nice frosty devices offset by the watery black mirrored fields that you see on here. This one sold for $3,600. Keep an eye out for these. Again, we're starting to see kind of like the market dry up from even some of these modern proof and mint sets, okay, that traditionally still sell for under 10 bucks a pop. You can literally make yourself a few $1,000s if you find the right one. All right, so the next coin on the list is going to be this kind of like came out of nowhere, 1969D Lincoln Memorial Cent. This one right here is a huge grade. It's a PCGS Mint State 67 Plus full red. Incredibly tough date to find with grades anywhere north of Mint State 66, just because of how bad the planchette quality is on these coins. However, this one right here sold for $6,474.38. That is a lot of money. And I haven't talked about coins from the 60s, specifically Lincoln cents, that have sold for this kind of money. All right? The 63D was probably the last coin that I saw exceed $5,000 in the highest possible graded level. This one right here is a true surprise on the list. The next coin we have here is probably one of the older coins I'm going to talk about, but this is also one of those favorite varieties that we like to look for. Okay, again, I found a few of these, but it really all began when I got my first Red Book price guide at the kind of young age of 10 years old. And I saw this coin, and I saw that little thumbnail of the 1944 D over S variety Lincoln cent. Hadn't found one until I got into my 20s, but this one right here, again, is a huge popular coin amongst roll hunters, cherry pickers, wheat cent bag searchers, you name it. This one is over mint mark number 1. Okay, it's a cherry picker's guide variety. This one is graded PCGS Mint State 66 red. It is also a previous Hunt Valley Collection provenance piece. I mean, you know, it is what it is. There's a few distracted carbon spots on this coin, but you know, again, it's got a lot of meat and color for this particular grade of coin. This one right here is sold for $5,231.25, a quarter. Yeah, 25 cents. But this is a nice coin, regardless. The next one that we're going to talk about this evening. Now, this one, I'm telling you, you guys better dust off those steel cents, which, by the way, are always high quality. These things are so well struck, and they come off just absolutely lustrous. A 1943S that graded PCGS Mint State 68 Plus CAC certified. Now, you've seen a lot of my videos here in the last about 3 months, 4 months, since even before the holidays began, where I featured a number of these coins in Mint State 68 level. This one is a plus, of course, but those coins have consistently commanded between $3,000 and $4,000 just for a 68 grade. So, because we have a plus half a point grade higher on this example, it sold for $23,626.12. Wow, that's a huge step up from a Mint State 68, which is still being purchased in large levels, all right, at that grade level. This is just an overall popular coin because it is a one-year type and during a very significant point in U.S. history. So, again, this is a marvelous coin. Beautiful piece. And congratulations to both the seller and the buyer. This is going to be a huge staple in their collection for years. The next one that we're going to talk about here is going to be a 1940D Denver minted Lincoln wheat cent. This one is a PCGS Mint State 67 Plus, full red, CAC certified, so it's a nice grade coin. More than likely, it's going to end up in a registry set at some point in the near future. This one sold for $1,102.50. Okay, pretty nice coin here. All right, so we have a number of Jefferson Nickels. It was very active on the Jefferson Nickel front this past week. But we have a 1985 P Jefferson Nickel. Okay, this is the least favorite coin on the list, in my estimation. Because this particular decade of Jefferson Nickel, the quality stunk. All right, it's stunk up the whole room, the whole house, whatever you want to call it. Generally, coins from 1980 to about 1987 were just really poorly struck, and the luster lifeless on a lot of these coins. But if you find the right one, it's worth a lot of money. And again, we're talking about a very popular collecting group in Jefferson Nickels. So this one right here is a PCGS Mint State 67 Full Steps, 1985p, by the way. It's a Philadelphia minted coin. And this one sold for $2,306.25. Now, yes, that is a lot of money. But again, finding a very favorable coin that is pretty decently struck to where it has almost full steps, I would guess. That's going to be all of the secret ingredients that's really going to make the ultimate just final product happen for this type of coin. So keep an eye out for stuff that looks like this in an old collection, an album. You never know when a well-struck mid-80s Jefferson Nickel is going to pop up. Okay, and they are valuable. All right, so here's another one of those sneaky proof coins. Again, stemming from a proof set that generally can be had for under $10. It's a 1971 no S. Again, another oops, they forgot to put the S mint mark on the master die. Jefferson Nickel. This one is a PCGS Proof 69 Deep Cameo. Really nice, exceptional grade. This one sold for $2,556.25. Again, yes, I'm going to stress this again and again. Keep an eye out for those proof coins that are missing the S mint mark. All right, there's a number of them from Lincolns, Jefferson Nickels, and Roosevelt dimes. All right, they are out there, and they're worth a lot of money, even if they're raw or graded. It doesn't matter. All right, so we have another tough one here, and this is going to be a 1960 Jefferson Nickel. This one's a Denver minted coin. All right, I have talked about these before. They are very tough to find, well struck. This one right here is a PCGS Mint State 67, and it features just a little bit of subtle toning on there. But the one remarkable thing that I did not say was full steps. This coin does not have full steps yet. However, it seemed to have made the list. This one sold for $1,856.25. This is the type of date of Jefferson Nickel that suffered from not only poor strikes, but also just poor luster. Generally, these coins will have a lot of deteriorated die strikes. You're going to get a lot of mushiness, which also affects the overall appeal, the eye appeal of the coin. And because of all of those things, even a non-full steps coin sells for a lot of money. All right, so for those of you that have like mint sealed rolls of these coins, keep that in mind. Some of these coins don't need that full steps to be valuable. All right, so that's incredible. All right, some people will tell you otherwise. I have proof here today that you don't need the full steps. All right, just find a really nice acceptable coin that's light on marks and nicks. All right, another nickel. Again, my perennial favorite. Okay, enter sarcasm here. The 1955 Jefferson Nickel. 55 is by far the most horrible date in the Jefferson Nickel series for the strike factor. These coins generally have poor strikes, all right, which effectively make them my least favorite looking coin of the Jefferson Nickel series. All right, if we're going to talk a 10-year difference, the 1945 Silver War nickel to the 1955 Jefferson Nickel, you're going to be talking just a complete 180-degree difference in quality. So this one right here is a PCGS Mid-State 66 Plus full steps, whether or not you want to agree with that designation or not, sold for $2,925. If you're a buyer of this coin, you have to be 100% sure that you will buy a coin that is marginally fully struck. Yeah, I would be careful. Again, I have told many people that if you are going to invest or buy these for a registry set, keep in mind you might get a little bit of blowback when you go to sell it, because things might change in a couple of years. People are going to look at this and like, well, the coin community has determined that this is not a fully struck coin. So you never know when it's going to happen. Just heed caution. All right, it's a lot of money at stake. All right, so the next one that we have here, this is a good-looking coin. It's a 1946 Jefferson Nickel. This one is a PCGS Mid-State 67 full stepper, and this one sold for $7,031.25. Not a whole lot else you could say. High grade, full steps, looks good, nice luster. Okay, this is one of those coins that collectors love. All right, and they paid all the money for it in the world. All right, so how about we talk about a few dimes? Something we don't traditionally talk about, okay, for a few reasons. It's probably the least favorite collected U.S. modern coin in history. The design has remained unchanged for the duration, since 46, from the first year that it was produced, all the way up to right now. Okay, there hasn't been a sniff of a commemorative type. There hasn't been a design change. All right, and that's why it's kind of killed the kind of like thunder of the collectability of these coins. But there is a dedicated group. And again, you get 3 or 4 people in the room that like a coin because of its eye appeal or because it's a variety rarity. These are all things that come into play, okay, regardless of how many people actually collect the series. This is a 1983, all right, and what's the theme? All right, those proof varieties that you have to look out for. Again, this one is missing the S mint mark, all right, another U.S. mint boo-boo of sorts. This one here is a PCGS Proof 70 Deep Cameo, and it's sold for $4,162.50. Again, all this coming from a proof set that generally can be had for under $10. All right, keep an eye out for coins like this. All right, so we got another missing mint mark here. It's a 1970 No S Proof Roosevelt dime. This one is a PCGS Proof 69 Cameo, so it's got decent frost. It's not like, a snow cone sitting right on the coin. It is also QA certified. Okay, it's a secondary grading service for modern coins. This one sold for $2,083.50. Pretty nice coin. And then finally, we are going to end it off on one last Roosevelt dime, and that is going to be this 1961D, probably one of the more common dates, in spite of the fact that it is 90% silver. This is one of the more common date Roosevelt dimes out there, and generally just regular BU examples, mint state 65-ish examples can be had for a few bucks. So what if you found one that is virtually mark-free with maybe just a hint of toning on there? Well, you might have this coin on the list here. It's a PCGS Mint State 67 Plus, full split bands, so it's got the full torch designation on the reverse of the coin. And from first glance, the toning may just be, kind of just decent. But upon closer examination, you got some really pretty greens in here. You got some of that russet light brown in there. You even just have a little hint of pink. All right, you add these all together, and again, it has all the eye appeal to command $1,406.25. Pretty nice coin. A bunch of very nice coins. Again, we have a few staples in collecting that all of a sudden are hitting like tremendous strides on the secondary market. In spite of the fact that maybe the coin market is a little bit down, but we've seen some pretty heavy hitting prices since the new year. Could this be like a huge change in the coin market as we go through 2020. Only time will tell. One thing's for sure. Keep a close eye out for like the 1943 Lincoln cents. Keep a close eye out on the war nickel era from 42 to 45. Those seem to be picking up steam for whatever reason. They have always been popular, but we've seen the price values just skyrocket on these coins at some of the higher levels. And finally, keep an eye out for some of those nice varieties in proof sets. All right, specifically 1970, 1983, 1975. The 1975 No S Proof Roosevelt Dime is a coin that sells for over $300,000. And finally, the 1990. Oh, and 71, because they all have it. It's all good stuff. And that is it, ladies and gentlemen. That is the end of the Monday Market Coin Report. I'm your host, Sean, with Blue Ridge Silverhound. As always, guys, like, share, subscribe, hit that bell for instant notification. And, yeah, Coinaholics, we are discovering together. You guys take care, enjoy, don't work so hard on your Monday, and I'll see you on the next one.